When Carson Wentz plays, he absolutely looks like the type of quarterback that if you draft, you extend.
When?
No, he is the type of quarterback when he plays that this is the time you do it. That after his third year, you do it this early for a quarterback of his caliber. That is what the NFL history says. It's why the Chiefs are already trying to figure out their money for Patrick Mahomes next offseason, because after the year 3, you got to pay these guys that are franchise quarterbacks. But the key words in those sentences were when he plays. Because he has never played a full 16 games, because in college and now in his seasons as a pro, he has multiple years where injuries shortened his season, I would maybe want to wait one more year. I would say, hey, Carson, we don't doubt how good you are, but we have fair reason to doubt how healthy you can be, and you're not approaching your walk year. You're approaching your 4th year. Then they have the 5th-year option. I'm not saying they should hold the franchise tag over his head. That's not what I'm talking about. But having him play out this 4th season to see if he can play a full 16 games, or giving him the option, if you want the contract now, no problem. And it can be gaudy numbers, but it's going to be structured much like Colin Kaepernick's contract was structured, which is after the first 2 years, it is essentially 4 consecutive team options. It is year to year with the guarantees being done after the first 2 years. If he wants to go that route, so be it. But the injuries are a real concern. His ability to play, to me, is not a concern. I think he is an excellent quarterback. I think he was the right pick. I think he is the, quote, franchise guy. But when you get your leg mashed up in year 2 and then you have back problems in year 3, I don't know that I extend you before year 4.
The most valuable players we have on the football field, they play a number of different positions. The quarterback, we know, is the #1 priority. We know the left tackle is a priority because he's going to make that quarterback so much better. An elite player that can rush the passer is the next position. The next position besides that, I would probably say a running back. So out of all those positions, if they had the same rap sheet that Carson has, would I sign him to a contract extension? And I would say yes, except the running back, because the running back's career is shorter. Next, as far as career length, it's the pass rusher. We know the left tackles can play forever, and right now in the NFL, the fountain of youth is open. All of them are drinking it.
Right.
So how you look at your quarterback, you can look at it different. To me, I look at him as still being one of the great young quarterbacks that we have emerging in this game. He's not an elite quarterback yet because he hadn't been healthy enough. He's the best quarterback in his division.
Yep.
And if you look at this point in his career, he's only going to get better. When we look at these young quarterbacks, let's say, what can't they do? And the only thing you can say about him is he can't stay healthy.
Correct.
And that's the only thing. He's a football player. It's a collision sport. You're going to get hurt. And because he plays one of those other 3 positions, because he's a left tackle and has the same injuries that Carson's had, we're going to sign him to an extension. If he's an elite pass rusher, had the same rap sheet, I'm going to sign him to an extension, and I'm definitely going to sign him if he is my quarterback. I'm going to do something like I believe New England would do. I'm going to sign him early, get him at a good number,
right,
and build the rest of my team around. As far as the leadership things, I believe he'll get better as a leader, but I believe for the next 5 years, he's going to be one of the elite quarterbacks that we have playing in the league.
So, Nick, 2 reasons. One, Howie Roseman's a great cap guy. He knows what he's doing. He's done great with this team. I've been following him, and I'm an Eagles fan for a long time.
He's as good as anybody in the league at that.
He really is. So for 2 reasons. One, you get him early. You're banking on his success. You're banking on him staying early. But also, you're telling Carson Wentz, hey, we're believing you. We got rid of Nick Foles. You're our guy. We need you to have as much confidence as possible going into this season. We want you to feel like we're all in on Carson Wentz. There's no one looking over your shoulder. There's no element of that.
To me, you shouldn't need that when you're the #2 pick of the draft and a guy who was en route to winning the MVP.
Even though you've been out the last 2 years for various reasons?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's not like he was ever benched. He was out because he was hurt. And so if Carson Wentz needs a financial attaboy to believe in himself, then he's not the guy that I think he is. I think Carson Wentz is going to have confidence in his ability no matter what. The other dangerous game Philly is playing is this happening because they're trying to get this done before Dallas and Dak gets done? Because whatever Dak's number is, if Dallas is going to overpay Dak, whatever Dak's number is, Carson Wentz deserves more than that. Jared Goff is a quarterback who is the one pick ahead of Carson Wentz. Are the Rams talking about extending him? Same timeline, right? Same draft. 3 years into his career. What is his number going to be? If they are going to be able to get him at some type of discount, I think it'd be very hard for Carson or his representation to look at Dak, even though Dak has been healthy and Dak has been out there, and say Dak deserves to be paid more. I don't understand teams' new urge to pay guys when they don't have to. I don't get it. I don't understand why.
For no other than to talk about it, paying guys when they don't.
Every other position on the team, it seems, has to sing for their supper. Every other guy, you've got to compete for your job. We will ask you to take pay cuts. We will make you rework your deal. And the quarterbacks are treated like they're such fragile little butterflies that, oh, maybe we got to pay them early because it'll help us. It just seems so different than the way they treat every other position on the team.
Well, Nick, in the real world, things work a certain way. But in the NFL locker rooms, NFL franchises, it's exactly like Jenna's talking about. They don't want it to be competitive. And with the resume you said of Carson Wentz, why wouldn't Carson Wentz want some money as insurance for all those injuries and everything? If everything what you're saying is true.
I know why he would want it. I agree with that.
But it gets back to Jenna's point. Jenna's worked with a lot of high-profile people. The most high-profile, the most talented people, you will be shocked how insecure that they are. And money means something. Man, don't come into my office giving me some report, some evaluation. Oh, Cris, man, we like you. Oh, man, Cris, you doing well. Man, pay me, all right? And then you can talk bad about me. If you pay me as one of the top people, you can say whatever you want. You don't have to never call me. You don't have to never check in with me. But that respect out of what I'm getting paid, what this company is investing in me, Jenna has it right. Howie Roseman is on to it. Get to the young kid, because also, one thing you didn't mention, he watched another guy lift that trophy up. Okay? So Howie is on to this. Let me attack the psyche of my quarterback, because for the next 5 years, guess who he's playing against? Dak, twice a year. He should be the favorite in almost all those games. Didn't they draft a guy up here? Daniel, what's his name?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Okay, for the next 5 years, how many times Carson Wentz going to be the best quarterback they play? And I love Dwayne Haskins. It's going to take him some time.
He's 3 years behind.
How many times is Carson Wentz going to be favored over the Washington Redskins? So if you want to dominate your division, you want to do that, man, get your quarterback signed into the future. Give him some confidence as he comes to work every day.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.